Hello, hello! Once again, it's Sakura Chinabi back at it with Katawa Shoujo. Last time we were about to go to the festival, and yeah, get the festival started. Finally. Let's load our save. After buying a plastic plate of takoyaki from a stall belonging to the class next to ours, I take a seat in the school gardens and watch people pass as I tentatively nibble away at the rather bland tasting item. Takoyaki is the least bland tasting thing you'll ever eat. Like, I don't know, he must be having some bad takoyaki, I'm just saying. I guess I shouldn't complain. It's better than nothing and didn't cost much. As I look towards the school, watching the people come and go proves a surprisingly entertaining way of passing the time as I eat. Little children, accompanied by parents or grandparents, scamper about in the din from evening to event to event, one hand dragging their company and the other bearing an oversized colorful snack. I can't help but notice the age range amongst the people here is skewed towards the elderly, something that I noticed when I was walking around town. This must be one of the towns where the only people left are those that lived here their whole lives and ardently refuse to leave, and those wanting to live out the rest of their days in one of the increasingly few tranquil places. I guess that goes a way to explain how conservative Yamaku's school culture seems to be. Sorry about that. Not that I mind one bit, I kind of like how calm Yamaku and its surroundings are. The heat, though, is another matter entirely. Sitting in one place so long has forced my mind on how annoyingly humid it is getting now that the hottest parts of the day are here. It's better to get moving. Gah! The sound of the cauldron bells takes me completely by surprise as I stand up, a few reactions shared by a few of the people strolling around as well. The PA system cracks to life after the tolling bells end. The age shows as the principal makes a barely inaudible announcement over it, officially opening the festival that's very much in full swing. It's quite amusing to contrast the pleasant smiles of elderly folks against the alternative playing and bored grimaces of their younger charges. The students, on the other hand, seem to pay little heed. Nonetheless, as the dress finally ends, our unintended and polite, if not overly enthusiastic applause, and then get back to business. Slipping a hand in my pocket to look as relaxed as possible, I casually glance around for something to do. It's somewhat difficult to see very far away with all the people around. I decide to fall back on trying and trusted rule. Go wherever anyone else seems to be gathering. Right now, the school courtyard and surroundings. Throwing the plate into the trash can, I make my way towards the school building. Seeing numbers of stalls around the perimeter of the school building surprises me. Quite a few of the classes must opt to have multiple stalls. In deciding which to visit first, I catch the sight of a familiar banner with a blue painted pattern and a red text. Lily's stall is a good place to start as any. I'm curious about how it's going after all the work she and her classmates have been doing for it. Stepping up to it, I begin to see what the class took so long to organize everything. Easily twice as wide as many of the other stalls and with equipment for cooking stew everywhere. It's close to an outdoor restaurant than a festival event. As students in front of me take a bowl of noodles and leave, I walk up to the counter. The girl behind it seems quite exasperated and asks me to wait a moment before she disappears underneath the counter. Seizing the moment, I take a quick glance around. Steam seems to be rising from everywhere as pots and pans simmer away. The most of the blind students are unpacking ingredients while being helped by someone who is probably their teacher of 3-2. It doesn't take long to notice Lily amongst them, talking with the teacher as she quickly counts out the boxes and packages with her fingers. From her expression and the fact that both she and her teacher seem to be in a state of mild confusion, it appears there's been some problem in the coordination. Before I can stare any longer, the girl behind the counter pops up again, only to look back and ask where the spare change box is. Lily pauses for a moment, before she and the girl switch places at the counter, and the teacher quickly walks off somewhere. Sorry. Sorry about that. We're having a few problems. What would you like? It takes me a second to remember what I came here for. My eyes quickly dart to the sign and read the menu sitting on the counter. I'll have some miso soup. Oh, is that Hisao? Yeah, looks like you're pretty busy. Her face all but confirms it as she drops her waitress facade. Somewhere along the line, our orders got mixed up. We're here trying to fix it now, but it looks like we're only half of what we needed. Wouldn't serving smaller portions cover over the problem? It seems that's what we're going to have to do, though. I wish we didn't. The fact that a good half of our class is gone doesn't help either. I glance behind her to see how many people are actually operating the stall. It couldn't be over about 8. I take it that's why the teacher left? That's right. She's going to try and round up a few more of our classmates to help. Hearing the sound of footsteps behind me, I stealthily glance backward to see an elderly couple taking place in line. I guess I better stop loitering around and chatting. Here's the money for the soup. Soup? Oh right, coming right up. Lily turns and calls for a bowl of miso soup as I hand over the money for it. Taking the coins in her palm, I couldn't help but notice how efficiently she counts them out with her long, pale fingers. Eventually satisfied, I hand over the correct change she puts into a small metal tray. It isn't long before the soup is made and carefully handed to her, after which she turns and subsequently passes it to me. Thanks. I'll come back to drop off the bowl. Thank you, Hisao. Oh, there is one thing. Have you seen Hanako? Hanako? No, not today. Why? She gives a small sigh of objective disappointment. It's okay. I was just wondering what she was doing for the festival. You'll come back when you're done then. Sure, I'll keep an eye out for Hanako too. Thank you, Hisao. I walk off from the stall and find a seat, carefully creating the steaming wooden bowl in both hands. Compared to the dumplings from before, this is quite nice. A cool little compared to what it probably should be, perhaps, but the flavor is enough to cover for that reasonably well. As I drink, I can't help but feel somewhat guilty for not being as involved in the festival as others. I can't really be helped considering I was dropping into the school only a week ago, but still it weighs heavy on my mind. The fact that a few students don't really seem to be enjoying the festival as much as the visitors. Eventually I finish my bowl and leave for the stall to drop it off. Considering there seems to be no line at all, I take time I take my time walking up. It seems like the teacher's mission paid off, and there are now over a dozen students helping as much of the unpacking that has been done. Excuse me. Despite most of them seeming quite relaxed as they work, Lily appears to be somewhat stressed. Right, I know what to do. Even if it's just one person, it'll make the festival more enjoyable for her. As I place the bowl on the counter, I call out to Lily. Ah, Hisao, you brought it back? Yeah, here. I slide it into her hands, and she takes it over to someone who apparently on cleaning duty, considering that I didn't see them there before. It's probably a penalty from their tardiness. Hey, Lily. She perks up and returns to the counter and hears my voice again, realizing that I'm still here. Want to go see some more of the festival? She puffs her cheeks disapprovingly. It's kind of cute, and in complete contrast to her usual reserved nature. It takes a few seconds for me to get what she's taking issue with. Whoops. I didn't mean to, Lily giggles at me, her exposing her teasing for what it is. You're still not used to the school, are you? She got me. Still, I kinda need to stay with our stall. It takes until just now to even get everything unpacked. I guess her reluctance shouldn't overly surprise me, considering how much work she's putting into this. Everything seems to be running fine now, though besides you got an extra help on your hands anyway. A boy in the middle of cooking some soba noodles turns towards us grinning. Go on, Lils, you've earned yourself a break. We can hold down the fort for you now. If you say so. If you say it's okay, then I suppose so. But if you need any help, then we'll call you. Go on, we'll be fine. Lily finally gives up her resistance as he waves a spatula at her. She feels her way around the back of the stall and picks up her cane on the way. I guess the first thing we should do is look for Hanako. Lily seems kind of worried about her, and I doubt she's the kind of person to enjoy milling around in crowds like this all alone. So I guess we should search for Hanako. Where to first? Both of us go quiet for a moment to think. Maybe she's in her dorm room, or maybe she's in her dorm room. I doubt it. She doesn't keep too many things in there, so she has nothing to do. Ah, the library? A good place as any to search for an avid reader, I suppose. The library it is. We'll check there first then. Aside from the muffled sounds of crowds seeping in from outside, the inside of the school seems almost deserted. In order to make sure everyone had enough room, I guess all the events were organized to be held outside on school grounds. They're definitely quite large, by any other school standards. It's nice and quiet in here, isn't it? Yeah, much nicer than the hustle and bustle outside. We take our time and slowly walk through the first floor of the school, eventually reaching the stairs to the second floor. I can't help but notice how Lily anticipates every door and obstacle, her cane still and her hands skating along the hallway rails. You really know the school well, don't you? She smiles and nods straight ahead. I've been here for a year now, so I know where everything is. The dorms still trip me up though. I haven't been there as long, and they're not as well laid out as the main building. If I remember right, they used to be unused buildings before renovating them and used as dormitories. That explains why the male and female dorms look different from the outside, and why their rooms seem kind of unusual for sleeping quarters. I assume she's been living in the dormitory since she began attending the school. But now I'm reminded of what she said yesterday. That's right, you mentioned that before. I assume that most of the students here live in the dormitories once they enroll. A lot of them seem to in any case. Lily's expression becomes somewhat hard to read, my questioning evidently touching on a delicate point. Well, how should I say? Everyone has their reasons. Something tells me that one of those with reasons is Hanako, hence here tiptoeing around the answer. My predicament is yet another case. I guess it's a choice that everyone here would have to make for themselves, or in my instance, have made for them. It can't be helped, I suppose. At least Yamaku itself seems like a nice place. It's good to hear you say that. I thought you were coming to dislike it. Well, what made you think that? Reversal of Lily's statement takes her by surprise. I've been here for a while, so... It's not that. You just seem pretty depressed about Akira. What's with that look? Akira? Taken. Sorry, Hisao. Lily never sees how fast my palms met my face at her sly accusation. Hey, I was worried about you. There is no way to respond to concern. While she gives an amusing grin, we round the corner of the hallway and enter the library. As we do, it isn't hard to spot Hanako, considering the room is completely devoid of anyone else. Given that there are no staff around, I guess there is no need to heed the usual library rules. I call out to her. Hey, Hanako! Hanako is here? As she hears our voices, Hanako's head flicks up from behind the book, probably the same one she's been reading on Friday. Estelle! Lily! Just thought we'd drop by. Lily just managed to escape the noodle stall with a little help. That wasn't really an escape. Hanako gives a small giggle, briefly surprising both of us. I just thought that Lily might not be enjoying the festival. Well, now we can enjoy it together, right? The two nod happily before we set out of the library and towards the festival. I hand over some change to the girl behind the counter and take 2 styrofoam cups of tea. I try to accentuate to bow a bit to cover for the fact that she's quite obviously deaf. Come to think of it, I obviously should have asked for help instead of leaving those two in the garden while I bought drinks. Trying to juggle 2 cups of hot tea for them and a can of coffee for myself out of the vending machine isn't exactly easy. With some careful maneuvering, though, I managed to keep everything stable and upright as I walked to the bench where Lily and Hanako are sitting and chatting. It's quite a nice place, lit by only the moon. It's tucked away some distance from the main event. Compared to how hot it's been during the day, this spot is quite pleasantly cool by now. Not that it matters all that much. Most of the visitors have moved to the area that are either close to the fireworks or higher on the hill in order to display the display apparently planned. Welcome back, Hisao. Her ears are good. I'm not exactly close, and even Hanako hadn't noticed me. Here you go. Sorry it's instant, but that's all they have left by now. Hanako gingerly takes the cup from my right hand, and I gently place the other into Lily's outstretched hand. Did you enjoy the festival, Hisao? Yeah, it was pretty fun. An honest answer. Most of the food may have been somewhat subpar, but it was a lot of fun in the end, especially with Hanako and Lily. In fact, I think the two may have helped me enjoy enjoy themselves even more than I did, which both Lily and me which both Lily and me around much of Hanako's withdrawal nature around others died down enough for her to enjoy herself. Oh, that scared me! That scared me! As we sit and drink, the whistle of the first fireworks ring out and explodes into the vibrant shower of blue against the night sky, heralding the beginning of the end for the festival. Enthusiastic shouts can be heard from the crowd scattering around the school grounds celebrating them. For a minute, on the end, Hanako and I watch the fireworks, overheard as Lily blissfully listens to them with her eyes shut. Green, red, green, yellow, star-shaped, circle, and patterned. All manner of shapes and colors fill the air, one after the other, and dance across the sky. No place near where I live put on such a lavish display. Festivals like this were a thing of the past in such a metropolitan area. To be seeing such a sight with these two is probably the happiest I've been in a long while. So, that's it? The festival's finally ending? Yeah. She gives a delicate, wistful sigh. As much as I might complain about all the stuff we have to do, it's still sad that we have graduated before the next Yamaku festival. I walk forward and stand beside Lily, gently resting my hand on her shoulder. Don't worry, we'll still have Tanabana later in the year, right? You're right. It would be nice to go there when it comes. Minutes of silence pass, with only the blast of the fireworks to be heard. Seeing the two remind me of the word of advice Lily had given me as well as we walked into town together. Cherish the opportunities to make new friends, huh? Hey, Lily. She turns her head slightly towards and she's listening. Hanako gazes still firmly fixed on the titular colors, fireworks bursting overhead. You mind if I join you two for tea every now and again? The smile on her face is even more to see her answer. I would. It would be a pleasure. Oh, let's watch this. We'll watch this and then we'll end the video. I love this part. It's so good. Mike Ganell's such a good animator. He did such a good job. And like his work's only gotten better. I wonder if she misses home. Aww, very cute. Very cute, very sweet, very sentimental. I love it. Okay. Alright, thank you guys for watching. Have a wonderful day. And remember, if you liked the video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Ring that bell for more notifications. And remember, Bakas, stay stinky.